What's up, y'all? Been around the world, hustle all places. But that 85 colors is my foundation. Slossing ass nigga, but my hoes laces. What's happening with it? So, this morning, we are going to talk about the election of 2020 between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Okay, so remember, again, I want y'all to take one with me. Till I get it full time, if you follow my commitment, you're a shot, nigga. That's a promise, make a killing. Afghanistan. You feel me? Take one with me. It's early in the morning. You know, we ain't drinking no alcohol this early. So we off some Minute Maid, you know what I'm saying? But we taking shots of it because that's our thing. We give y'all the real, we take shots. You know what I'm saying? No, that's what it is, baby. But yeah, man, you know, we're going to get off into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's playing in the background. The legendary Nipsey Hussle. Feel me? A lot of y'all don't know. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of respect for him. We'll talk. So again, one more with me. Draw down the block, see my bro faces. Keep it 100, nigga, no fake. Yes, sir. Keep it 100, nigga, no fake. You know? Keep it 100, nigga, no fake. Real talk. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the election and what's going on right now. All right, so look. So the election is coming up November the 3rd in the next couple of weeks, right? Next couple of weeks. Look on my calendar here. We can see exactly what day. Let's see. The election is in exactly 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We got about 14, 15 days. 2 weeks, November the 3rd. Man, did you guys hear about, you talking about an asteroid supposed to hit this place? I don't know if y'all heard about that. But at any rate, let's talk about this election, man. So a lot of black people are voting Democrat, and a lot of black people want to vote for Joe Biden. And just me personally, how I look at the situation is, you're free to vote for whoever you want to vote for. You know what I mean? You're free to vote for whoever you want to vote for. That's your freedom of choice. You know what I mean? But you got to really look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, if you vote for Trump, or if you follow Trump, Trump is a racist," and all these different things. Well, Joe Biden's a racist also. They both racist. If you want to say they both racist, then they both racist. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Trump, to me, seems to have more of a connection with black people as far as before he became president. He'd been around a lot of black people and with black people. For whatever reason, I don't know, maybe he was trying to sell them apartments because he's a real estate mogul. Maybe he was trying to do real estate deals or partnership deals with them. Or I don't know. Maybe he was trying to get them to invest their money. I don't know. I have no idea because I wasn't there. But I know he has in the past some type of relationship with black people. You understand what I'm saying? And from what I know to be factual is that he's never did anything weird towards black people as far as, you know, uh, uh, passing policy to put them in prison, you know, and uh, uh, so that's what I do know. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, you have Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden has picked a black woman, Kamala Harris, to uh, be his running mate as far as uh, the vice president office is concerned. So, you know, in the event that they do win, this will be the first black woman or multiracial woman that would, and it'll be American history that a woman has held the office of being a vice president. So that's huge within itself. You already had Barack Obama. You understand what I'm saying? You had Barack Obama, who was the first black president. You know what I mean? And I voted for Barack Obama. Now I didn't vote it because I was political. I was politically and political savvy, had political savviness. I just voted because he was black. So I got to keep it real with y'all. You know, I just voted for him because he was black. You know, and in my mind, I felt that he would do something for black people. That's what I felt. You know what I mean? And you know, he did. I don't know. You know, I mean, you know, he. One thing I can say is that you know it had been rough for me to get some type of Medicare. They wouldn't give it to me or any type of coverage. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay for my coverage, but once he came in, that changed. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I do thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? The Affordable Care Act. I thought that was amazing. You know what I mean? That was amazing because it did cover me. It allowed me to go to the doctor, get my teeth cleaned, and different things like that. So shout out to Barack Obama for that. You know what I mean? All the other stuff I really didn't benefit from, but I know people who did. You know what I mean? People who got Obama phones and certain other things, and then they passed some bills and stuff like that, making certain things misdemeanor and different things like that. So definitely appreciate that stuff. Um, but I believe once Trump got into office, I think he wrote a lot of the stuff that Barack Obama passed. He wrote a lot of that stuff back. So you know what I mean. So you have the Democratic Party, you have the Republican Party. One is a donkey, which is an ass, and then one is an elephant. Okay, these are two different political parties. So you know, I'm not telling you who to vote for. You understand what I'm saying? I only can just tell you what I've seen or what the history is of both parties and both people. Okay, so the history of the Democratic Party since the uh, 60s, 50s, or whatever, black people have been voting Democratic. Okay, um, there's I don't know what's changed because I wasn't around then. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that old to say exactly what was going on. I can just tell you what I seen. You know, in the history books and different things like that. You know, when they integrated people. You know what I mean? And I believe that was being pushed up under the Democratic Party. But to me, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? But I think like integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people. That's just me. You know, I think that we should have been independent in our own communities, doing our own things. I think we would be richer now and we wouldn't be going through so much turmoil, the turmoil that we're going through now. That's just me. You know what I mean? So I think that was the worst thing that ever happened to black people, just integration, period. You know what I mean? You know, maybe, you know, had we had been segregated and had our own things and maybe just now coming into integrating and stuff like that, you know, I think that, you know, that's cool. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you could be separate but integrated. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you don't do business with each other. You can't do business with each other because you can. But I just think that that was something terrible for us. You know what I mean? That was definitely something terrible for us, and I don't think that we should have been integrated. You know what I'm saying? But hey, anyway, because I wasn't born in that time, but just looking back and just seeing what's took place and all that type of stuff, I think that was better for us. Now, up under the Republican Party, you know what I mean? It was a few different, things that was going on that they was, you know, trying to do. You know what I mean? And I believe that once upon a time, blacks had voted Republican. You know what I mean? And they were voting Republican before they changed over to being Democrat. Okay, but my thing of it is now today in this new age, since nothing has really changed, the black wealth and the black income has really kind of just stayed basically in that same kind of. It hasn't really risen, because black people are first place in every last place category. We're first place in every last place category. So I want you guys to think about that. We're first place in every last place category when it comes to education, when it comes to criminal justice, when it comes to getting justice, heart disease, diabetes, uh, discrimination, anything that you can basically name. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, um, since the civil rights movement, everybody but black people have benefited from the civil rights movement. We haven't benefited at all. You got other people that come from other countries that come over here and they benefit off of the things that we marched for, the things that we, got bid for, water hoses and all that. They benefit more than we do. So, my thing of it is I think that just going forward, you know what I mean? I believe that we should have our own political party. It could be the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and the Black Liberation Political Party. That's what I believe. That's just me. That's what I believe. I think we need to have our own separate party that we have our own thing going, and we only voting for whoever is going to move our cause forward. Like Ice Cube said, shout out to Ice Cube. Salute for what you're doing with the black contract with Black America. So nothing against any other race out there that's doing your thing. You know what I mean? I just traveled around the world. I've just seen it all. I didn't see it all, but I went to a few different spots. You know what I mean? And shout out to the people of Ethiopia. Shout out to the people of Afghanistan, the Ivory Coast, West Coast of Africa, and shout out to Mexico. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mexico, man. Beautiful places, man. But I just think it's time for us to have our own political party that focuses strictly on black people, that specifically focuses on black people, their community, their businesses, and getting them up off the ground of having wealth and building wealth in this country, building businesses and building their own economy within the economy. Because we spend a lot of money, but we just don't spend it with ourselves. We spend it with other people. You know what I mean? So saying that to say, it's time for us to go for self, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would say, and as Farrakhan would say, and as Malcolm X preached under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's time for us to go for self because we have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, had, and everything else up under the sun. So it's time for us to go for ourselves. It's time for us to unify, unite, put our differences to the side, and become one up under uh, blackness. And being beautiful and really having something to offer the world. I mean, we created hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Every race and everybody wants to be a hip hopper, a rapper, and everybody is following our music. It happened with jazz, it happened with rock and roll, it happened with all these different genres that we created up under the stress of becoming who we have become today. So, Black man, it's time for you to go for self. It's time for you to do for self. And it's time for you to unite, stop bickering and fight with each other. Okay? And it's time for you to get off and up under the white man's rule or anybody else's rule. It's time for you to do for yourself, man. It's time for you to do for self. It's time for you to make a way for your people, for yourself. You know what I mean? And on that note, uh, I'm done. And I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you press that like button. You know what I mean? Make sure that you leave a comment and share this with your folks. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing this pretty regular. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing it pretty regular, man. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. So listen here, man. Understand what's going on with this election and understand what's been going on with this country, with these politics. You have to become independent and do your own thing. Because if you don't, you won't get anywhere. Everybody else is going to be on top of you. And you're going to be last place. And all that little money you got, that you think you got, ain't nothing compared to what they got, because they giving it to you. From the NBA players to the baseball players to the basketball players to football players to whatever type of entertainment that you in, to rappers and all these different, they don't listen. They giving you that money. If they allowing you to make that money, that's because they sitting on way more than that. Okay, they just passed over $5 trillion. Okay, how much of that money did you get? How much of that money was allocated to just us? Huh? How much? How much? How much? So that's something to think about, man. Y'all think about that. And that's real. So it's time for you to unify, black man, and get it together. And on that note, like I said, I'm out. Until next time, it is what it is. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Press the like, press the bell, so you can get it when I come on. Leave a comment. Keep it 100, nigga, no fake.